Здравствуйте!
Здравствуйте!
We are in Chisinau. See if I can get the statue behind. Sergei Lazo. No clue who that is. Howdy nerds. Thought I'd finally do some videos here. I was planning on doing a lot more videos here in Moldova, but as you can tell, I lost my voice like a week ago and I still have not got it back. So I'm sure I got a bug that I was not used to here in Eastern Europe. Fun stuff. And yeah, so my voice is finally starting to recover. So I thought I would go over to a game store that I was able to find. I actually met the owner one of the first days I was here and asked him about how he started his game store, what's the gaming community like here in Moldova, and I think it'll make an interesting conversation. So other than that, loving this place. Hopefully later tonight I can go back to kind of where it all began with the Bald and Bankrupt video and how much the city has changed since Bald and Bankrupt visited Chisinau, and how far Moldova has come, whether it be all the Ukrainian money that's come in here from the refugees from the war. They brought a lot of money into cities like Chisinau and has just absolutely revitalized this place. You can see the parks are clean, the streets are clean. I don't know what to call this. Like I was telling my mom when I was video calling her that the city almost feels like it's kind of reborn. Kind of, you can tell it was slummy like 3, 4, 5 years ago. But now everything is now back on the up and up, and it's a cute little vibe here with these trolley buses, and like I said, clean parks. There's actually a lot nicer parks than this one here. This is kind of the park by our apartment, but still have all the old Soviet buildings, the apartment complexes. So all these things. We're actually not. We're about 2 miles from the city center, south of the city center. This is kind of, I like this area a lot because it's more where the locals are, and kind of these, like I said, these up and coming shops. So you'll see a ton of coffee shops and clothing stores, and like I said, we'll be going to a mall that has a game store in it, and it's very, very small, just to curb expectations here. Of course, gaming is one of the last things that's going to come to a city once it's been kind of coming out of extreme poverty into more modern. And again, though, you can definitely tell in the last few years this city has absolutely just had a revitalization. And again, if you've never heard of Moldova, or if you like to travel, I'm not the most experienced person, as this is my first time out of the United States, but I've seen enough videos and been around enough people that have been to Italy and Switzerland and France and Germany, all these places that are kind of tourist attractions, even things like Istanbul. And I don't know, I'm really in love with Moldova. Again, just like I said, hate to use little Zoomer words, the vibe of this place, but it's very refreshing seeing a culture and a people that are obviously, on the up and up. So one of the problems we're having kind of with the United States is it almost feels like we're on the down. Like our best days are behind us. But this place actually absolutely looks like it's, on its way to greatness. Or at least on its way to more of the modern kind of European, wouldn't want to say wealth, but yeah, it doesn't, definitely, it was beyond my expectations what this city had to offer, and how much fun I've had here with these kind of small shops and all those things. So again, try not to record too much, don't know how much the locals like the camera in their face, but yeah, I mean, this is what I'm talking about here. You can see these bricks. So this street right here has been redone and looks beautiful, nice. And then if we go like a block away, it's still gonna be like rubble, which is just such a cool sight. But anyway, we'll get to the game store here and we'll take some more photos. Alrighty, so we are at Palena Games, and it's kind of cool here because it's in like a little shopping mall. I mean, there are some stores that sell board games here, but this is like the only legit board game store that I found in Chisinau. And there might be more down at the city center, but this definitely seems like it's a store run by passion. So that's why I want to do a short little interview here and just kind of show you this, and just absolutely am impressed by the grind of this gentleman. Pavel is the store owner. We'll meet him here shortly. But yeah, it just comes right in here. You can kind of see. It's kind of situated here, just in like a little shopping mall here, and he's got a nice little setup and just maximize the space. So as you can see, it's just mainly board games. All in Russian. Do you sell any in Romanian or Moldovan?
No, not yet.
No, just really.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's kind of the city is very interesting to me, because vast majority of people speak Russian, but then you get a lot of shop owners that are speaking Moldovan.
Depends.
And
It's like 50,
there are different areas, and
no, it's 50-50, simply because here were Soviet Union at the time, and simply everybody spoke here Russian. And then it started to change a bit, so, but anyway.
Yeah.
All the people now are trying to speak both.
Yeah.
Someone better speaks, let's say, Romanian, and someone better speaks Russian. And it's very typical here when someone, for example, speaks in Romanian, and the other guy whom he's speaking to is speaking in Russian.
In Russian, yeah.
Yes,
So you
and
get
they
it both.
understand each other, because it's a bit more difficult to say something, but you understand everything. And it's kind of okay here.
Well, I can't speak either, so thankfully Pavel speaks English as well. And yeah, so this is called Palena Games. Is that how you pronounce it? Palena?
Actually, Palena Games.
Palena Games.
No, Palena.
Palena.
No, you speak Palena. It's like
Palena.
it's like valley, Palana.
Ah.
But Palena is like Pavel and Lena. Palena.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so Lena and assuming your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep, that's reminds me of the first store. It was called J-Rat, because they just put the two initials of the guys that ran it. But, yep. So, yeah. So in Moldova, so are there many other game stores in Moldova? Or are you?
Not so many.
Yeah, I've just noticed that.
Just couple.
I noticed there was a few bookstores that sold games.
Yes, bookstores is pretty typical to sell games, and there is one big store called Crafty, but let's say what they're selling is something for hobby stuff. They're selling pencils, paints, mainly. And
yeah, there was one not too far from here.
Yes. Yeah. And on the top here there is another store which are selling some different board games also.
On the top of this mall?
No, not top of the mall, but on the top of the street. If you go.
Oh, top of the street.
Yes, there is another one, and that's it, more or less.
So what got you into board games?
Sorry?
I said, what got you into board games?
Actually, let's say, the possibility to spend time with friends and close people, so you can play, express, and I like to solve logical puzzles. So board games is like all together.
So, and Magic hasn't hit Moldova yet, right?
No,
Just you?
Yeah. Maybe someone else. I'm sure that there is someone else, but definitely not so many people playing Magic here.
And then Lorcana Pokemon. Star Wars Unlimited still not in Moldova, so I'm not sure how well they are in the rest of Europe. I know that Pokemon is incredibly big.
I know one Berserk player actually. It's Russian, Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering?
Yes, but made in Russia. It's half of the price of the Magic of the Gathering.
Yeah, well, I know they discontinued Russian in Magic as well with one of the sets recently, so it's back to. I think they got rid of Portuguese even in Russian, which is weird because there's a lot of Brazilian professionals that play Magic.
I think it depends on the business model.
Yeah. Yep. So sales-wise, board games are your big sales. That's what.
Yes. So we're selling mainly board games, and today, by the way, I hope today or on the Monday I will get 3 kilos of random dice.
Yep, random dice, yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. Yep. Yeah, so obviously with it, U.S. stores, Magic is definitely the bread and butter As I was telling Pavel, our sales are 95% Magic and Pokemon, and board games are kind of an afterthought. They're kind of something that is nice to carry. I personally love board games, and it's my latest hobby. But yeah, I mean, it's as I always show my store, we have these little plastic dispensers that hold packs. And I remember talking to a board gamer once, and I was, we have a little more, I think, than here with board games of shelves that are.
It's actually no, let's say it's a half of what we typically have, because I suppose in 1-2 weeks there will come a lot more new board games.
So you have a good turnaround then of board games. That's really good. Yeah, with our dispensers for Magic and Pokemon, though, there will be in just the one kind of dispenser here, there will be like more money in that little tiny slot than the entire thing of board game, which is
that's why I'm not bringing it here, because to bring it here you will need
need big spenders. Yeah, that's what's kind of crazy with Pokemon Magic. They are definitely steal your paycheck. So yeah, but yes, this is a really cool shop, and it was happy to find this shop and see that it's going here in Moldova. So I always want to tell people that this is an incredible city. So if you're ever in Moldova, definitely come by and stop and say hi to Pavel. And maybe we'll check back in like a year or two if I can get back to Moldova. But yeah, anyway, just thought I'd show it. Anything else you want to say? Wasn't really prepared with questions. Probably should have a bunch of questions and stuff. But yeah, really cool shop. Just show your little setup.
Is it DJI?
Yeah, Rossman.
Oh yeah, cool. My wife likes DJI a lot.
Yeah, I like this a lot for vlogging. So yeah, let's take it around my store and be like opening up products, and then
Camera? Hello. Meow 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 meow. Subscribe my YouTube channel.
Yeah? You gonna make a YouTube channel?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe I need it.
What would you do with a YouTube channel?
I would